Jim, what are the three symbols of the knife?
Well, that started with a Paladin Press book that was never published. And so these three artifacts, I think everybody knows by now. So we'll keep this brief, but first of all, it's the knife, the obvious. Then the wrist bracer, and then a bandana or kerchief. The bandana is probably the better description. Kerchiefs may be too small. But you have the piece of cloth, you have the wrist bracer itself on the right hand if you're a right-handed person, and then a knife of some kind. Your folder, your everyday carry, or some kind of fixed something, it doesn't really matter. When we talk about this, the bracer is worn on the hand that holds the knife. Some Kung Fu styles use two wrist bracers. In what we're doing, I guess you could, but it makes you look a little odd. Like if you're just wearing one, it doesn't look that strange. Only those who know will know what it means. But to wear two, it looks odd, and it's unnecessary. The kerchief is a tool. It's also symbolic. It can be used, in many ways. Beyond, we know the kerchief has value out into the real world, beyond anything to do with fighting or knives or anything like that. But for us, it's a wonderful secondary tool to the knife itself. And it's a flexible weapon. It's a tourniquet in times of need. Since it is about knife or the use of knife, possibly knife fight, the tourniquet to be on you all the time is an important thing. And to have the weighted kerchief is a big feature, part of the flexible weapons. So if you use these symbols, meaning you look at someone, you say, oh, I see the clip of your folding knife, or I see you have a sheath knife on, a fixed blade. You see they have a kerchief hanging off their belt, a bandana. And then you see on their right hand some kind of wristband. Well, that may be one of our tribe, maybe one of us. That walk lightly, people are always polite in an armed society. You say, why is that? Because if you're impolite, you get your throat cut, get shot or something. So, in that sense, that person is living the life. They're actually, again, it could be just some guy, that likes the goth look or rides the motorcycle or something and wants to have that leather effect. You never know. But if you just see the right hand, and you see that knife, and it's a good knife, yeah, that very well could be something, that to tell you this guy's trained somewhere. He's got the bracer, he's got the bandana, he's got the knife. And I'm surprised, during the 90s, a lot of people took that up, and now you don't see it so much. But you see all these other people, they're sporting their gun shirts, and they have this and that, all the clothes, the hoodies that make you look like a gangster. But nobody's really sporting the old bracer, knife, kerchief thing. And that used to kind of be enough right there. Used to be an overstatement almost. Now, in today's world, it's an understatement. Nobody will even see it, except someone like me or you. And I still use it. I still wear it, It's not just old to style BS. It's just like rattlesnakes have a rattle. It's there for a reason, to buzz and warn you. Don't step on me. I'm a rattlesnake. I'll bite you back. And you say, oh, I hear the buzz. I see that symbol of the snake, of being bitten. Well, this is the same thing. To those who can see, you look at these artifacts and you go, yeah, I see what that is. And you just swing wide. The dumb ones go ahead and step and get bit. That's part of it. So I say use those symbols. Use those artifacts for all you can. Another great artifact of 3 is the Balisong knife itself. Divine protection, all in one package. So I use a lot of 3s, and I know that many other masters that I've spoken with over the years, I won't say any names, but those of you who know me know who I mean. They also believe in this set of 3. And it's not advertising to have your kerchief on your belt or to have your wrist bracer. It's not advertising. It's just a way of life. Advertising is wearing I do jujitsu on my t-shirt, you know, when I go to the sports bar or some shit. That's advertising. So when people tell me about my little meager, conservative wrist bracer and things, they go fly a kite. I know where my power center lies. I know what generates that force field around me. And I use those artifacts to create that very thing. And you might say, it's what I have an EDC in that way that creates that energy field. And that's a cool thing. So it's up to you, but I just wanted to kind of talk about that how that's kind of faded. And I still think that's a valuable thing because, you know, that's our thing, the knife people. And I think it shouldn't be forgotten. Thanks. I'm Master at Arms, James Keating.